What's the difference between open and closed back headphones? We're going to find out in this video when we take a look at two of my favourite pairs of Beyerdynamic headphones, the closed back 700 Pro X's and the open back 900 Pro X's. Welcome back to me, David, talking tech and audio. If you really want to help me in the channel out, then you could just consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. The buttons are just down there, and also turn on all notifications so you never miss another one of these videos. Just to let you know, there is a brand new episode out of my podcast Minus 16 where we talk about everything Apple and tech. You'll find on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts and on Spotify as well, and links are in this video's description. And also you can read my ramblings as well over on Medium. The name Beyerdynamic is synonymous with professional headphones, and when they released these two pairs of headphones to add to their range late last year, the closed back 700 and the open back 900 Pro X's, they sat amongst their range perfectly. We've looked at both these headphones on this channel before, but what I thought we'd do today is take a brief overview of what you can expect to get in the box and what their build quality is like, but more importantly, later in the video, just explain the very basic differences between open back and closed back headphones and when you might decide to use each of these pairs. In the box, apart from the bag, you'll get two cables, and as you can tell, the fact that they're in my hand, it means they're detachable, and you'll know I'm a huge advocate of detachable cables. For so many years now, a point of weakness for many of my headphones has been where the cable actually meets the headphone. Beyerd are really into their sustainability at the moment, and if you look at their website you'll see that they mention it several times, and the fact that all of the components really on these headphones are now interchangeable, the headband, the ear cups and the cables, means they're very serious about it as well, and you'll be able to keep these headphones in great order for many years to come. The cables attach to the headphone via this mini XLR, and of course on the other end you get the jack, gold plated, and you get the adapter as well, so you're covered for all situations. The ear cups on both pairs of headphones, be it the 900s or these closed back 700s, are kind of like a very lightly textured glass fibre. It's a very matte look to them. They look really stylish. There's a logo on the back of the cups. And as I mentioned, these new ear cups, which are now much thicker than the earlier headphones, are just so comfortable. They really are. When you've got them on, it's like a pair of pillows almost around your head. They are so comfortable from day one. Even before they've broken in, they're just so comfortable. The headband's got reasonable clamp pressure on. I think even if you wore glasses, you wouldn't find them awkward. There's a suitable gap there as well if you do wear glasses that they'd fit in between. So the fit of these, I think you'll absolutely love. Many of you have commented on them about the fit and the comfort of these. It's really hard for me to get over how comfortable these truly are. They're so well engineered as well, as you'd imagine. There's metal yokes here which are really precise in their movement. They feel German made. They've got that quality about them. They're going to last for years and years, and particularly as I mentioned that the headband and the ear cups are replaceable. You're going to be happy with these for years to come. One of the major developments that Beyerd made in releasing both of these pairs of headphones were the drivers. The Stellar 45 drivers are so compliant. I can't think of a situation that you're going to be in, be it professional or semi-professional use, where you're going to find wanting for these. I've used them in the living room. I've used them with my iPhone. I've used them in the studio, clearly, and they are so compliant. It's all because of those drivers. You don't need any headphone amps. If you've got a very simple setup, they will work. I had somebody get in touch with me recently saying what they like if you haven't got an amp. Well, I did just check before replying to that message. I plugged them straight into the Mac and they worked absolutely fine. So no matter what your setup, these headphones will work for you. They're clearly aimed at professional or semi-professional use, but don't let that put you off. They're just a great pair of headphones, full stop. And that's what I love about them the most. They've got a very flat response, but I think that's to their benefit. But now we're going to get into the area where they slightly begin to differ, and what would be the use cases for either of these pairs of headphones, and maybe why should you buy them? Day to day, I tend to like these open backs more for vocal mixing with the scooped out mids, and these closed back definitely more punchy in the low end. I use these for monitoring. If you can possibly check your final mix before delivering it over as many different platforms as possible, be it studio monitors, open back, closed back, and even consumer level earbuds, the final product will thank you for it, because you know then that you've done your due diligence in checking out how that mix sounds across all sorts of different sources. If you are thinking of buying these headphones, there's going to be some links down in the video description. For full disclosure, they are affiliate links and they just help me in the channel out a little bit. So if you are thinking of buying them, maybe be kind enough to click on those links and have a look at these wonderful headphones there. The difference of these to use day to day is subtle, but I said we were going to try and cover why you might choose one over the other of these headphones. With the open backs, if you're on a long session and you're by yourself, these are gonna be less tiresome to wear. Because of that open back, they're more transient, you get more room ambience, you feel less isolated. Obviously, you wouldn't want to give these to an artist in a booth because you are going to be getting potentially, say, their click track coming back at you. But if you are in the studio mixing, these are really comfortable to wear. And I don't know if you've been in that position with the closebacks, you've had them on for so long, you feel very isolated. With these, because that little bit of ambience you get, they're just very comfortable and roomier to wear. And that comes through in the sound as well. There's just more of an overall soundstage of airiness to them because of the open backs. Now, with these closebacks, they do isolate. But when I say isolate, don't mistake that with noise cancelling. They're not commercial noise cancelling headphones, say like AirPods Max. They don't run that. It's just because of the closeback and the more pressure that they put around your ear because of the closeback, you will feel more isolated and potentially you might tire more through the day. So just try and think of what your use case scenario is and how you're going to be mixing these. Let's say, for instance, not that I would suggest this, if you're out in a coffee shop and you wanted to listen to a mix back, don't take these with you. You're going to get a lot of ambient noise coming in from a coffee shop with people next to you, and you probably won't be the best friend of the person next to you in a coffee shop either. Definitely take these with you. And the same would be true if you were, say, mixing out on a session and you knew that you didn't have the luxury of being in an isolated room. Say if you're in a dressing room, for instance, interviewing an artist, you might want to have these on just because it will isolate you better and you'll be able to hear more what you are receiving and what content you're getting. So it's a case just kind of knowing where you're going to be for that given session and what you're looking to achieve. But definitely with these, I have noticed with the open backs, I've noticed such a marked improvement with just that feeling of airiness. And if I'm in a long session here in my studio, I'll often go for these just because of that. They just feel more comfortable to wear hour after hour. And when I say comfort, just in not isolating me away from the open world as much as the closebacks do. But it very much is a case of deciding what your use is for that day and hopefully picking the right pair of headphones to use. So are there any drawbacks to these headphones? Not any major drawbacks at all. They're heavy-ish, again, referencing the AirPods Max if you felt or own some of those. They're that kind of weight, around about 350 grams. But then again, I'm quite a fan of the weight. They just feel solid. They just feel well built, as if they're going to last. They feel professional grade and they feel something of quality. You know when you have that reassuring clunk of shutting a heavy car door? It's like holding a pair of these Beyerdynamic headphones. They've just got that feeling of quality to them. Yes, I could go on about the bag not being hard cased, but that's minor. Really, it is minor. If you're buying these, you're buying into the Beyerdynamic quality and you know what you're going to get. There's very much a Beyer sound to them. They are flat. They are both reference style headphones. They do different jobs, but either pair that you are deciding to buy will deliver great sound for you. And because of their sustainability, will last for many, many years to come as well. I think whichever pair you get, you'll be absolutely delighted. But let me know in the comments below, have you already bought some of these headphones and what do you think of your purchase? If you've got a spare moment, I'd love it if you could pop on over to my website, which is talkingtechandaudio.com. And why? Leave me your email contact details there and I'll pop you on my members only mailing list. Every weekend, I send out a little video just letting you know what's going on here in the studio, what's coming up and what ideas I've got and maybe even what I could do with your help with. So if you've got a moment, pop on over there to do that. And I hope this video has helped you make some choices and understand the difference between closed-back headphones and open-back headphones and which ones may be right for you. Have you bought either of these headphones? Let me know in the comments. It'd be great to know if you've already bought these and what you think of them and how you are using them. At the end of this video, I'm going to leave a link where you can watch me talk about the Sony 750Xs that you can probably see just behind me there over my shoulder. They're a great pair of headphones I know many of you have already used. And if you want to watch more about those, stick around. I'll put a link to that at the end. Thank you for joining me on this video and I shall see you next time.